Hello everybody, and welcome back to Endless Ocean 2. Today, I would like to begin by continuing a little bit of the main story and taking that fateful trip to the aquarium in Japan. Japan Aquarium. Located a mere 15 minutes from the nearest train station, this aquarium complex is one of the largest in the world. Its centerpiece is a massive acrylic tank large enough to house whales. You can see everything here, from the very smallest sea creatures to huge marine mammals. Never seen anything as bare and dark as a newly built aquarium. The guard said Professor Sakurai should be in the Marine Life Annex. We should be able to get to the annex through there. Let's see what we find. Okay, we don't get to walk around the aquarium just yet. Excuse me, we are looking for Professor Sakurai? And you are? My name is Jean-Éric Louvier of L&L Diving Service. Our colleague Nancy Young contacted the professor about our visit. Ah yes, she told me all about you. So, what do you want to know? Well, we're looking for Professor Sakurai. You're speaking to her. I am Professor Hayako Sakurai. I'm in charge of seeing to animal welfare, selecting species to display, installing equipment, and many other things. What? But you're too young to be a professor. Oceana, please forgive her, Professor. Actually, I'd already heard about you. You're the ones who found Volca Castle and Kikuro Strait. I read about it in a journal. It sounded like a great adventure. So, you must be the super diver I've heard so much about. Super diver? Me? You're skilled with high-tech equipment and have no fear of dangerous animals. And your finely honed skills and intuition allowed you to get the better of the famous salvager GG. Wow. He's famous? L&L Diving Service's super diver, Mel. Well, that's what I read in the article. What? When did an article like that get published? Well, you don't look too unhappy to hear that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You had something to ask me? You explained the story so far to Hayako. An Okeanos tablet. So that's what you want me to look at. Fascinating. You have my full attention. I should be able to decipher it for you, if I can find the time. The ancient script is extremely complex, even for me. Professor Sakurai! There you are. Oh, Mr. Kaimoto. I didn't think you'd come down here. I was looking everywhere for you. Why do you always have to disappear the second I turn my back? And who are these people? What? You asked the professor to decipher an Okeanos tablet? Absolutely not. I've already asked the professor to concentrate on other work. Please, Professor, we don't have much time left before we open. What kind of work is it? Oh, it varies. For starters, I've asked the professor to go to the Arctic. I need her to carry out research on the life and habitat of polar bears. Well, if that's all, we can go to the Arctic in her place, while she deciphers the tablet. You'd go instead of the professor? That's... No problem for L&L Diving Service. Discoverers of the find of the century. Well, I don't really know. Is that alright with you, Professor? It's not a problem for me. I'm actually much more interested in this tablet. Alright then, here's what I want you to do. Go to the Arctic and find a polar bear, and observe it as closely as you can. I want to put a polar bear on display here in the aquarium, so I need as much data as you can get. Do you have any questions about anything? Sure. Tell me about yourself. My name is Ken Kaimoto. I am the curator of this aquarium. And before you're wondering why I'm not putting on a Japanese accent, that's because I don't know how to do one that's not offensive. I work for a number of aquariums, developing new and exciting exhibits. I'm taking care of this one until it opens to the public. Tell us about the polar bear. The polar bear is a mammal found across the whole of the Arctic. It lives on the ice and preys on seals and other animals. In order to get out of the water and onto the ice, it has to find an ice hole that it can climb out of. It's about the Arctic. Arctic Ocean is probably deeper than any ocean you've ever dived in. The water temperature is low, and with normal equipment, you'll start to lose body heat immediately. You'll have to move quickly and get to your destination without delay. I hear you've befriended a dolphin. Maybe it could help you out. Alright, thanks. Leave the Okeanos tablet to me. I should have it deciphered before you get back from the Arctic. Have a safe trip. Oh, we're just going straight there, huh? Okay. Oh no, we're back to Nine Ball Island. Excellent. Thought it was sending us straight to the Arctic. Okay, so who do I talk to about this? Yep. Okay, no new photo requests. Hello? Off to the Arctic while Hayako deciphers the tablet. We need to report on the conditions and behavior of the polar bear. And we have a guided tour request. We have two, actually. We've got a lady named Sayaka wants to go see Volca Castle. Pays a lot for it. And a lady named Valeria wants to go to Kikero Strait. We got plenty of time to do these, so let's do main mission things in this episode, I guess. Just gonna get in the boat. And let us travel to the north coast of Canada. So again, this is one of the cool things about this game as opposed to the prequel, is that you get different biomes to visit. Arctic Ocean, north coast of Canada. The area off the east coast of Ward Hunt Island is frozen all year round. Polar bears and seals make their homes on the vast fields of drift ice, while a wide variety of marine life form an ecosystem beneath. This drift ice region is said to be home to polar bears. It's amazing. It feels like the entire area is covered with a big carpet of ice. So what's the plan? Walk over the ice and look for a polar bear? The Arctic ice is getting thinner each year because of the effects of global warming. I suspect walking across the ice would be too dangerous. Then I guess we'll have to dive. Here's what we'll do. If we spot a polar bear from the boat, you can swim to the spot and go ashore using a hole or a gap in the ice. What about the ice-cold water, though? You should be fine with these dry suits I prepared. They won't offer total protection, however, as the water temperature is sub-zero. Compared to other areas you've dived in, you'll lose energy more quickly and your air usage will increase. What is it? Ah, polar bear! Polar bear! I see a polar bear! Ah, there he is. Some white bear. Polar bear! Really? Wow! That sure didn't take very long. Where? I'd say it was directly northwest of here. That's lucky. There's a large hole in the ice right around there. It also looks like you'll be able to go ashore. I suggest you set off right away and take a look. Oh yeah, before I forget. That dolphin you befriended back on Nine Ball Island, also any other animals you make friends with, you can dive with any of them as your partner. Think of them as your personal animal diving buddies. Cool, huh? In a tough environment like this, They'll be even more help to you than a human partner. So make sure you take an animal partner along with you. Oh, I will. Alright, so here's my understanding of diving suits. So there's something called a wetsuit and there's something called a dry suit. Jean-Éric says that we're currently in a dry suit, which means that there is, in between our diving suit and our skin, there is air. And that, provides an extra layer of insulation versus the ice-cold water. And I think the opposite of that is when you let water into the suit, that it becomes a wetsuit. I'm not entirely sure, exactly how these things work, but in later levels of the game, there's a convenient plot explanation as to why we are somehow diving in ice-cold water, even when you later on end up buying yourself bikinis and swim trunks. You can still swim in ice-cold water, which is hilarious, but very unrealistic. Alright. Let's go find that polar bear. Yeah, Idaho. Let's go. Yes, we will dive here. Directly northwest, he said. Ooh. Loading screen whale. North coast of Canada. Drift ice. Depth over 165 feet. Many large marine animals live on top of the drift ice. Rare species such as sea angels can be seen in the region, but beware of Greenland sharks. North coast of Canada, Arctic Ocean. This is Jean-Éric. How's it looking down there? On your map, I've marked the place where the polar bear was seen. If you get lost, press 1 to bring up the map and see where you are. Also, because of the extreme cold of the water here in the Arctic, neither your equipment nor diving level will allow you to reduce the amount of air you use. Strength is drained by the freezing seawater, making it hard to swim. Maybe your dolphin partner can help. Yep. This is a tutorial on... Yo, Idaho, give me a lift. Nope. It's Jean-Éric. How are things going? Did I hear you right? The dolphin is helping you? Very clever indeed, making use of its speed like that. It seems you're still full of surprises. At aquariums, that technique is known as a dolphin ride. While riding, you'll be unable to carry out certain activities, but you will be able to move freely and at high speed. Utilizing this extra speed should enable you to reach your destination before the cold snaps away your strength. Good luck. Alright. Oh, this way. Let's fill out the map quickly. Okay. So we don't have a lot of air. Even with the dolphin, I still feel like we're moving very slowly, so... Boop. 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 Yep. It's so satisfying. Filling in the squares on the... What? Just a moment. Oh, there it is. Oh no. A Greenland shark. It's a big one too, and it looks agitated. Be careful. Greenland sharks resemble great white sharks, but live in much colder waters. They are terrifying beasts capable of swallowing a dolphin or a seal whole. According to legend, they've been known to attack humans too. If you haven't got time to turn back now, so try using the dolphin's speed to get past it safely. Okay. Zoop. Oof! Ouch. Water here is even colder. You can't withstand the cold for long. Use your dolphin partner to help you. That's alright. I think I can just... No, okay. Idaho! Idaho! Saved by the cutscene. Ice mosaic. We gotta run. No, no! Ah! Yep. It starts me back here every time. This is gonna be a problem. Since I can't target Idaho if the shark's danger meter is still... Ah! That's a ticket. Verticality. There we go. You've evaded the Greenland shark and arrived safely at the ice hole. Nice job. If you're looking up, you'll see that you are directly underneath your destination. Use the water here. The water here is a little warmer, so you should be able to swim up without the dolphin's help. Yeah. I know how to surface. Thank you. I've done this before. You've managed to reach the area with the polar bears, where the polar bears live. You can start your observation right away. It's up to you how to proceed. You carefully study the polar bear's behavior for a while. While doing so, you notice the polar bear beginning to act strange. It seems to be looking for something. Perhaps it's getting ready to hunt. Polar bears have a very keen sense of smell. Judging from its actions, I'd say it's digging up a seal's ice hole. Polar bears are carnivorous and feed on seals. The ice hole appears to be abandoned. Looks like today's hunt didn't go very well. Polar bear survey was successful. Looks like you didn't have any trouble. Good work. Feel free to return to the boat whenever you are ready. Did you know that you can do some of the same things on land that you can do underwater? For example, when focusing on an animal, you can feed it. Or you can open the tools menu and return directly to the boat. Also, if you want to return to the sea, just point at your air tank and do so. Yep. So this is meant to be the going ashore tutorial, even though I've already done this. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, bear. In real life, maybe don't walk up this close to a polar bear, but this is the reason that we play video games, right? Hi, buddy. Here. I got a fish for you. Yep. Oh, see? He wants that. I love how they have little feeding animations. Can I pet him? Can I pet the bear? Again, don't do this in real life, kids. It's 10 feet long. This bear is large and white, with a small head and ears, and a thick layer of blubber. Although its body hair looks white, it's actually transparent. It appears white due to reflected light. The polar bear lives inside the Arctic Circle, where much of the ice is now receding due to global warming. Because of this, its habitat has shrunk, and there is a real threat of extinction as the population continues to decrease. Sad to say that this game was made 10 years ago, and this is still a problem, in case you weren't aware. Ice caps are melting, and polar bears are having to live in smaller and smaller areas. Formidable strength. The polar bear has sharp claws and fangs and a biting force of over 1,500 pounds. So it's not surprising that it's at the top of the Arctic food chain. With its keen sense of smell, it can pick up the scent of a seal swimming underwater. However, it has a low success rate when hunting walruses, and can even be fatally wounded fighting them. Big Arctic battlefield. Hey. Hi. You look nice. Alright. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the view. It's really pretty. An absolutely lovely game. Okay. I'm not going to go back and swim, not until we get some proper diving gear for cold water diving. So let's just return to the boat. See if we can't return with this data to Hayako. The aurora should be visible here if you surface... Oh. Okay. Why not? I know that we just don't really have anything else to do here, and this is probably a waste of time because it's going to be extremely cold and I'm not going to be able to dive for very long, but I want to do it. I want to see the aurora. Idaho? Let's drop down here. Just a quick dip. Quick dip, we'll go ashore, and then we'll get a lovely little shot of the aurora borealis. Quickly check out these seals. Hi. Stellar sea lion. Largest of the sea lion family. Males can weigh up to a ton, living in packs. The males form harems of up to several dozen females. Hunted as pets and suffering from diminishing food supply, they are now in danger of becoming extinct. Yep. Again, every time I go back to this, like, I keep thinking that this game was made 13 years ago, and I can't help but wonder how all that stuff has changed. Like, when I see one of these animals and see that it's on the verge of extinction back in 2009, a lot can happen in 13 years. For better or worse. Ribbon seal. These seals are black with distinctive white ribbon patterns around their bodies that are more pronounced on the males. The young, who are born on drift ice, are pure white color for camouflage. Oh, that's cool. So they're white when they're on the surface, but then when they grow up and start regularly swimming, they become black and white. Look at that. Nature has some really interesting ideas for color patterns. All right. Okay, I need to get some footage of this. Bearded seal. This seal has long whiskers growing around its mouth that are connected to nerve endings on its face and used to forage for prey on the seabed. Its forelegs face forward, unlike those of other seals, allowing it a greater range of movement. It can also turn them out horizontally. Most seals who are born on the ice have pure white fur that acts as camouflage. But for some reason, this seal is brown with gray patches at birth. Wonder if that's because it's not native to the Arctic. Hey. Come on, come on, come on. You got it, you got it. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Here you go. Yeah, we don't get trivia for him. I just wanted to feed him. It's a baby. It's a baby seal. 2 baby seals. No, this one. It's a baby bearded seal. Hang on, I'm gonna. Okay. Again, in real life, I don't imagine the parents would be super stoked about you approaching their baby like this, but that's why we like video games, right? We get to do anything here. All right. I got what I wanted. Yep. All right, let's go home. Or rather, let's head back to Japan. Not a lot going on in the aquarium just yet, but that'll change soon. I read your report on the polar bear. It was fascinating, especially the polar bear's hunting techniques. I think it was a smart move to ask L&L Diving Service to do this work. So maybe I can ask you to take on some more work as well. You see, there's a job that I absolutely can't refuse. But I have to get some time off from my curating position here to take it. For someone to be a good aquarium curator, they need an unparalleled knowledge of the sea and, above all, a flair for presentation. You're the only one I can think of who might be able to do this so that I can take some time off. How about it? Would you be interested in acting as the curator for all the exhibits in the aquarium? Absolutely. Yes, that's what I want to hear. You really are a super diver. Wow, you're almost famous. Okay, let me teach you the basics of curating. Put your wetsuit on and follow me. Oh, so it's a wetsuit now. Thought it was a dry suit a minute ago. This is the main tank, the largest tank in the aquarium. It's made of tempered acrylic and is the centerpiece of the whole building. It's the largest tank in the world, so big that even blue whales can be kept here. Meaning they will physically fit in there, but I don't think they'll be happy. You can use the main tank to display all medium to large sea creatures that you've encountered and recorded in your marine encyclopedia. You might want to organize the display from inside the main tank. which is why I asked you to bring along your wetsuit. To enter the main tank, point at it and press A. Or you can press 1 to place creatures in the tank from the outside. When you're all finished, you can sit back and take it all in on one of the benches. Or use the elevator to get to other areas in the aquarium. Taking the elevator, located in the front of the main tank, brings you to the other areas. This is the Small World Gallery, a display area for smaller animals. You can display creatures found using zoom mode here. These creatures are very sensitive, so we divide them into tanks based on their environments. The last area of the aquarium is the Marine Life Annex. It's where you can exhibit any animals you've encountered on the land. That was the area I first met you in, remember? You'll need to take the elevator to get there as well. And that's the exit for when you want to leave the aquarium. That's the end of the tour. Feel free to have a look around by yourselves. If you have any questions, let me know. Which display would you like to ask about? Yeah, Hayako. Professor Sakurai? Oh yes, of course. You asked her to translate that strange tablet you brought here. Well, why don't you try curating the displays for the aquarium first? Talk to me again when you're done, and I'll call Professor Sakurai for you. I think I get the gist of it. Okay, I'll leave you to your work. Make this aquarium the best ever. Alright, so here's the thing, right? I can technically dive in the main tank and curate from there if I want, but it is just a lot simpler to do it this way. Alright, so we got the creatures are divided into large, medium, and small creatures. So I can click auto placement if I don't want to bother, but well, let's see. Let's start by putting in one humpback whale. A humphead wrasse. A dwarf sawfish. Let's do one more. Yeah, let's do a marbled ray. And try to do like a Gautama Atoll, Creatures of Gautama Atoll exhibition. Moorish idol, emperor angelfish, blue tang, sailfin tang, yellow tang, and the white unicorn fish. And there we have it. I wish we could also customize the plants that are inside. Let's do as he said. Let's take a seat. Alright. Now let's take a quick peek at the other ones. Let's take the elevator. And we shall go to the Small World Gallery first. Coral Gardens. I think this is the only one we can really do anything with right now. Moorish idol. I like the batfish. Yeah, let's do that. Dusky batfish, cardinal fish, and a Japanese bullhead shark. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I meant to push that there. Okay. I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, we haven't been to the deep. We've been to the cold waters, but we haven't zoomed in on anything yet, and tropical rivers comes much later. Okay, so then the last place we should go is the Marine Life Annex. And so we didn't pick up a lot of shore life yet. we got plenty. Oh, everybody loves baby animals, right? Let's take that. Let's take the California sea lion. Again, I'm focusing on the Gautama Atoll creatures. Let's do that, and let's do the brown booby. Or, yeah, let's do that. There we go. Where are the... Oh, they're there. Okay. I saw the seals, the boobies, the penguins, but I didn't see the iguanas. There they are. Okay. Are those the windows? Because I'm looking at this wondering where people can see the exhibition. It must be over there. Yeah, those are windows. There's just nothing behind the windows, I guess. There we go. So I'll be honest. So again, this is a 2010 game, and of course I understand, but I'm a little bit iffy on zoos and aquariums in particular. Keeping animals in captivity, wild animals in particular, for what is essentially the amusement of various human beings is a kind of an iffy question. You know, it's... I like to think of it as that there is enough positive being done by these buildings to bring this sort of wildlife closer to the everyday person. But, you know, I can't deny that, for the record, I live in Hungary, in a city called Budapest, and there is a zoo within the city, but it is like the smallest friggin' zoo that I've ever seen. And you have to wonder, a lot of these wild animals end up spending their lives in these small confined spaces for such a long time. And aquariums in particular, like dolphin shows and stuff like that, are... You know, we've been reading a lot of really bad news about the conditions some of these animals have to live in. But, again, this is a video game, and if the living spaces are large enough, if the animals are well cared for, and they are not alone, you know, there is a lot of good things to be said about opening up the, you know, access to nature. Who knows how many kids will grow up loving nature and wanting to save the planet by coming to look at one of these places, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's enough doom and gloom. So I guess we just leave now? Oh wait, do we talk to you? Can we talk to Hayako now? You asked her to translate blah blah blah. Have you finished curating the displays? Yes, I have. That's great. I'll call Professor Sakurai for you. Please wait in the Marine Life Annex. I just put a bunch of animals there. Should we maybe... You guys have like an office, or... No? Okay. I finished deciphering your Okeanos tablet. I must say, the contents are utterly fascinating. It is without a doubt the most intriguing of all the Okeanos tablets found so far. Yes! What does it say? The treasure of the Pacifica sleeps with the queen behind the bronze door in the abyss. The fissure filled by the circular ocean shows the way to the queen's tomb. Offer your flute to the sun of morning, noon and night, and the dragon's song will open the gates to the treasure. Does that mean anything to you? Circular ocean would be the ancient Greek map. You said dragon's song. It's on the tablet as well? If I remember correctly, you said you were researching the Song of Dragons. The phrase dragon's song appears many times on the so-called Okeanos tablets, which are believed to have been created by a mysterious ancient ocean-faring civilization. This is probably the origin of all the legends of the Song of Dragons found throughout the world. Which means that when you unravel the truth behind the Song of Dragons, the treasure of Pacifica will be revealed. It's quite simple, really. What's all this about the treasure of Pacifica? It's something important, right? It must be something that the Okeanites left behind. According to the tablet, it appears to be in a tomb of some sort, sunk in the sea. It is what Dad wanted to tell us about? No, is this what Dad wanted to tell us about?
No. You must stop this. I won't let you get involved with the Pacifica treasure.
Why not?
You are right. He must have meant to tell you about this. But your father, Matthias, his obsession with that Pacifica treasure ruined his life.
So Dad believed the Pacifica treasure exists?
Sadly, yes. And it was the death of him, in the end. He was such a fool. And you too will meet the same fate if you chase after the cursed legends.
I want to know the truth, or I want that treasure. Truth. Exactly. I feel the same way. I want to solve the riddle of the Pacifica treasure.
What?
I felt it at Volca Castle too. The truth is out there in the sea. I want to keep going until I find the truth. Dad may have been obsessed or whatever, but I'll be fine. It's not like it's the only thing I'm doing. And if I don't find any more clues, I'll stop looking.
And there's nothing more to say about it. There are no more clues. Are there?
Well, you do have one clue. Really?
What?
The legend of the Song of Dragons, the mysterious song that brings bad luck. There are recent reports of the Song of Dragons being heard with increasing frequency at sea. Really? Where? In the Weddell Sea, an area of 1.7 million square miles spread between coastland and the Antarctic Peninsula. The Sea of the Icebergs, with special iceberg ASM-16P at its center. Personally, I have a great interest in this Song of Dragons, from a purely scientific perspective. I would like to participate in your investigation, if you don't object. I also want to know the truth. Any objections? Is this a good idea? Isn't this a bad idea? It's the same question.
Well, I can hardly say no. Someone with experience working in the Antarctic will surely benefit the company. But remember, you must know when to turn back.
Okay. Hayako Sakurai joined L&L Diving Service. That's funny. I always remembered her as being the last character to join the party. Well. Anyway. Back to Nine Ball Island? Yes. Alright. Got us a story. There are reports of the Song of Dragons being heard in the Weddell Sea. Yeah. That's it? Okay. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Here's a new title for your efforts. Aquarium Creator. Yep. More titles. More titles. I really enjoy mixing and matching. So, yeah. Cultural differences between us and Japan. They find... like... yeah. It's strange, the sorts of things that they find interesting. So I don't know where this title thing comes from. It's just weird hearing her talk about it. Anyway, we have her on the team now. She's our second human diving companion, and each human diving companion gives us like a different boon. Oceana reveals the little zoom-in areas from a faraway distance, and Hayako, I believe, will let us rewatch any of the cutscenes that we saw while we were investigating an area. So, well, now that she's on the team, I feel like we advanced the main plot a little bit, and it is probably time that we started doing a little bit more work. This is what we're going to be doing in the next episode. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the money for our new map. You know, I wonder how many times we've heard the Song of Dragons by now. Feels like a zillion. It was 2. We heard it twice. Here's a reward for your good cartography work. Alright. And we have a third diving request. Sayaka... Yeah, we're running out of time for this one. We should probably do this one first. And then we have a deep hole quest. Although... Anyway, this is all next time. For now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again soon as we search for this mysterious treasure. In between, you know, doing actual diving work. I will see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching.